Team, Mr. Keffer here. Thank you very much for joining us for this week's Teen Adult Senior Black Belt Track class. Let's go get started. We're going to show you your natural stance. Snap to attention. Spread your feet, make a fist, cover, bring your feet together, and courtesy bow. Relax stance, hands behind your back, and repeat after me. To build true confidence, I must have knowledge in the mind, honesty in the heart, and strength in the body. Winners never quit. Quitters never win. I choose to be a black belt. Awesome, team. Right back to your natural stance. Team, snap to attention. All right, what we're going to do, team, is we're going to start from here. We're going to put our hand, we're going to put them right on our chamber, right here, right on our hips. So when we're putting on our chamber, we want them above our belt. So not down here really low. Our pinkies are going to go right against our side. We want to pull our elbows back, so it's almost like we're trying to touch our elbows behind our back. We're sticking our chest out as we're getting our hands in our chamber. We're going to start with our right leg. So our feet are together. Once you step out with your right leg, move into a forward stance. We're going to step forward, and we're going to shift our weight onto the front knee. All right, let's go back. So as we're stepping forward, I want you to think like 12 o'clock is directly in front of us, 9 o'clock is over here. I'm going to step out just a little bit off here to like 11 o'clock, right? So my hands are up, all right? And again, I'm just going to step off at a slight angle. So I'm going here, I'm stepping off at an angle. My feet end up being shoulders width apart. I don't want to be really narrow here, and I don't want to be really wide out. I want my feet to be about shoulders width apart. My hips are toward the front. So the knot of my belt's pointing straight forward, my shoulders are forward, and I keep my hands right tight in that chamber the entire time. As I'm doing this, my feet are toward the front. My front knee is bent. My front knee's coming up at a 90-degree angle, and then it's like a 45-degree angle from the knee up to my hip. If I look down, all I should see is the tip of my big toe. If I'm looking out there and I see the entire foot, my knee isn't bent far enough, and I'm looking down here and I don't see anything, I'm probably bending it a little bit too much. You just want to be able to see the tip of your big toe as you're going down. My back leg is straight. My back leg is perfectly straight as I'm doing this. So let's go back to the front. All right, team, ready? We're going to start in our chamber position. Our feet are together. We're going to step out with our right leg. We're going to step out, drive your weight forward, step all the way back. You're going to step out with your left leg now, and you're going to drive your weight forward. And you're doing this, you're stepping out to like twice your width of your shoulders. Right? Almost like width of a horse stance. Right? Step out with your right leg, all the way down, and come back. Step out with your left leg. Awesome. Step out with your right leg. Really shift that weight forward. You should feel your hips driving in. Going back. Step out with your left leg. Make sure the heels of both feet are on the ground. Don't let your heel come up. When everything pushing off with that back knee. Coming back. Step in. Come back. Other side. Come back. Other side. And back. Other side. And back. And one more time. Ready? Other side. And back. And last side. Ready? And back. All right, team. Shake your arms out a little bit, your legs out. So this time we're going to add a punch to it. So we're going to step out. We're going to start with our hands on a guard this time. So our hands are going to be up high. We're going to step out with our right leg. As we step out with the right leg, we are going to throw our reverse punch. So we're going to come out and we're going to throw a punch. So we're going to come out. I'm going to change it up a little. We're going to do a cross or a jab. So from here, we're going to step out. And I want you to step out and you're going to punch with the same side. Keeping that hand back and draw right here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to step out. And this time, as you're punching, I want you to pull the hand back to your hip. I want you to think this hand coming back to the hip, just grab somebody's arm. Maybe they're throwing a punch at me. I'm catching the punch, I'm stepping in, and I'm pulling myself in as I punch to strike. This hand is pulling them in. Or maybe I grab their shoulder and I'm stepping in and I'm pulling them in. But I want you to think of this hand, the other hand that's not striking. I want you to think of that pulling back into that chamber position. If it helps, think about like maybe you're pulling back as if you're elbowing someone behind you. You want to get that level of energy coming into it because you're grabbing and you're pulling back each time. All right, team, ready? We're going to start with our hands up. Ready, stepping out with our right leg. We're going to do a right punch. Ready, step in and punch. And back. Ready again, step in and punch. and back. Then you're driving that weight forward on this, right? Step in and punch, and back. All right, again, step in and punch, and back. We're just using the right side first, right? Step in and punch, and back. All right, one more time, step in and punch, and back. Let's try the other side. So now we're gonna step out with our left leg. As we step out with our left leg, again, I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna punch, I'm gonna come right back. Ready? And go, we're stepping in, punch. Make sure that hand is up in a chamber, and don't let it hang down here, pull it back. Pushing off of that back heel, driving your weight forward. Coming in. Ready? And go, punch. And you're punching to the center of the body. Don't let that punch come off the side. Don't let it come up here. You're punching right to the center. Really make sure we're in that focus. Ready? And go, step in and punch. And back. Ready? Step in and punch. And back. And if you look at the way we're standing here, our feet are together. We're stepping off at like a little bit of an angle. Stepping off at a little bit of an angle. Trying to create a triangle here as we're stepping. Ready? Step out and strike. And back. Ready? And step out and strike. And back. Awesome. Let's do it. We're going to add a jab cross on it. So it's really a front punch and a revert back punch, right? So we're going to come in here, we're going to step in, we're doing a lunge punch, and then we're going to do a reverse punch. Okay? And again, think about every time you're doing those punches, that hand is grabbing something and clearing it out of the way. Maybe you punched and they blocked, grab their arm, punch again, follow up by that punch. All right, go. So we're going to be on our forward stance, so it's going to be a little different than if we're doing our jab cross combination. Our jab cross combination, we're going to do a live body rotation. This time we're going to really use our hip, keeping our weight solid on the ground. So we're getting that lunge into it. Ready? So we're going to step out with our right leg, step out, punch, and then from here you're going to punch again, and you want to drive your hip into it, pushing off of that back leg. Come back. Ready? In, right side, step out, punch, and back. Ready? Starting with the right leg again. Ready? Step out, punch, and back. Ready? And step out and punch. By the way, if your pelt is hanging just there and not moving, you're not getting enough hip into. You really got to drive the hip into your belt. Should slide back and forth as you're doing this. Let's go to the other side. Right? So left side, left punch, right punch. Ready? Hands are up. Step out with your left leg. Left punch, right punch, and come back. Ready? And again, ready? Step out, left leg, left punch, right punch, and back. Ready? And again, step out, left punch, right punch, and back. And one more time, step out, left punch, right punch, and back. All right, team, and relax for a second. What we're gonna do next, we're gonna do a side kick. So team, for our side kick, we are gonna start in our guarding stance. We're gonna be here. We're gonna go with our front leg. We're gonna pivot. We're gonna take our front leg, we're gonna bring it up in our chamber, kick out to the front, put it down, and put it back on the ground. So we're gonna start with that left leg front kick. Hands are up. Ready? And one. So remember, pivot, chamber, kick, come back and down. And we're striking with the heel of the foot with each side, right? And two. Asa. Ready? And three. Asa. 4. Asa. 5. Asa. 6. Asa. 7. Asa. 8. Asa. 9. Asa. And last one, 10. Asa. And then switch, other side. Again, we're doing that side kick. So starting in our guard, we pivot, chamber, kick, back, and down. All right, keep hands are up. Make sure your elbows are in, your hands are up, eyes are focused on the front. As you're kicking, don't turn your head to the side and look over here. Our target's gonna be in front of us. We have to keep our eyes on the target. Ready, team? And 1, Asa. 2, Asa. 3, Asa. Make sure you come back to a guard when you land. 4, Asa. 5. Don't forget to re-chamber before you put it down. 6, Asa. 7, Asa. 8, Asa. 9, Asa. And 10, Asa. All right, team, and relax. Back to our natural stance. All right, so, team, this time, we're just gonna do some jump squats. So let's knock them out. Spread your feet out a little bit. Hands are up, like so. We'll start with squats. Like level 1 is gonna be squats. Level 2 would be a jump squat. And level 3, if you really want to challenge yourself, you can do a jump squat, 180, where you spin around. right? If you're not sure what those are, stay with a squat. Go with what you challenge yourself with. All right, team, hands are up. And go to squat. And on the squat jump, 1, ready? And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, team, and relax. All right, back to our natural stance. Snap to attention. Tap on the right leg, back to your guard stance. All right, team, this time we're gonna do our side kick with the jab cross. So we're gonna take our front leg, we're gonna kick. We're gonna land in that forward stance, jab, cross, and come back. So really get that lunge into it. Keep. And 1, kick, jab, cross, and come back. Ready? And 2, kick, jab, cross, and back. Ready? And 3, kick, jab, cross, and back. Ready? And 4, kick, jab, cross, and back. Ready? 5, kick, jab, cross, and back. Ready? And 6, kick, jab, cross, and back. Ready? And 7, hoop, supasa. Ready? 8, hoop, supasa. 9, soup, supasa. 10, soup, supasa. And then switch, ida. Ready? Again, front leg side kick, pivot, kick, land down, drop your weight forward, lunge in with that first punch, throw the reverse punch, and then we'll reset. Ready? Hands are up. And 1, soup, supasa. 2, soup, supasa. And by the way, team, up to you if you're gonna pull back your cheek or pull back your chamber on this one. Either one, okay, think about what you're doing though. Your hand is not just hanging in there though. If I'm pulling back my cheek, I'm still clearing and striking. I'm still clearing and striking, pulling down. Where you pull them is going to determine where their head is, right? If I pull back here to my hip, their head's going to be a little lower. If I pull up here, up high, I'm going to keep them upright for striking. Okay. But either one is going to be okay. Just be aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. Be consistent. All right, team, hands are up. And again, ready and go. Soup, supasa. 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 And last one, team, and go. Soup, supasa. And relax. All right, team. Next round, team, is going to be skiing in a line. So find a spot on your floor. It could be imaginary line. And you're just going to go back and forth, skiing in the line. But if you want to challenge yourself instead of skiing in the line, you're going to do side jumps, right? So from here, just going to jump and come around, right? Jump and come around. So if imagine you have a target there, something you can jump over side to side. All right, you ready? We're going to do it for maybe like 30 seconds. All right. Hands are up. Make sure you keep your hands on the guard the entire time. Either skiing in line or jumping side to side. Ready? And begin. So, up and up. And relax. All right, back out your natural stance. Our self-defense for this week is a roundhouse kick. So for this, we're going to be kind of avoiding it, trying to absorb it a little bit and trying to get out of the way. So this is one of those things where I'm in my guarding stance. If they're in front of me, they're going to try and roundhouse kick, and they might try and kick me in the leg. They might try and kick me in the hip. They might try and kick me in the head. It really doesn't really matter. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and move out of the way. So as that kick is coming in, we're going to shift our position. So we're going to take our back leg. I want to move away from it because I want to try and move away from that kick. So if they're kicking and they're aiming for me here, I want to try and move out of the way, get some distance between myself and them. Even if that kick continues, they're not going to have as much power as if I stood where I was really standing. The other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our hand and we're gonna try and parry. So we're gonna assume for this case, it's gonna be a mid-level, like waist high or thigh high kick. We can do a parry with it. If it was a higher kick, we might do a higher parry. So we're here in our guarding stance. Our guarding stance really in self-defense situation is a bladed position, our hands are up. So someone is giving me a hard time, I'm trying to back up some distance, I can't back up anymore, my hands are up, I'm changing my positioning around here. One hand is forward, one hand is back. I'm not keeping up really high, I'm keeping up around like shoulder level. Just, hey, I don't want any trouble, this is my kind of posture for it. And what I'm looking for is that if they come to grab me, I can use my front hand as kind of a fence, and my back hand is gonna be my striking hand, it's gonna be my power hand. So in this case, the person tries to kick me from the side, and as they go kick, I'm moving out of the way, I'm just gonna back that leg down, try and get it away so they can't get that full extension all the way with it. And then I'm gonna come back in, and I'm gonna explode back into, I'm gonna do my jab, or my cross, I'm gonna do a hook. So we're gonna combine the combination we worked on last week. So let's try that, team, right? So I'll do it facing the side. In my guard stance, I'm bladed, my body's turned sideways, making myself a smaller target, my hands are up. Hopefully I'm trying to get some distance. And by the way, this, like getting away from them, so I'm outside their kicking range, is much better than trying to actually having to block a kick. So use distance as your friend. This is gonna be one of those tactics I'm gonna use when I can't move away from it. And a lot of times when you get hit, you don't have an opportunity to really block, you just have an opportunity to absorb it or roll with it. And when you do is you need to let your body go a little bit limp and move with that technique. That's what we're gonna be doing with this. That kick's coming in, I'm shifting on the side, boom, trying to go a little bit limp, pulling my leg back. Notice, like, look where my front foot is as I step back, I'm pulling my leg away, I'm trying to get as far from them as I can, I'm batting the arm down. Closed fist is better than open fist. You don't want to get your fingers stowed, but we're just trying to hit down here on the leg. And then from here, I'm just gonna lunge back into it. I'm gonna throw my cross, my hook, and then stop, stay back as we cover out. Let's try it again, team. Let's go to our bladed posture, turn it by your side, hands are up, open hand by shoulder highs, palms facing our opponent. All right, they're gonna throw their kick, they're kicking toward my front leg. I'm just gonna shift, I'm gonna block down, I'm going to punch, hook punch, stop, stay back. And by the way, they come off the other side, they're coming toward my back leg, I can do pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna shift, I'm gonna knock out. So I'm just moving out of the way, and I just lunge in, cross, hook. Right. As you're doing the self-defense technique, keep in mind where your opponent is going to be. So my opponent's directly in front of me right now, they're throwing that kick, I'm shifting off to the side, boom, they're still there, they're still in that spot. So I have to punch, hook. They haven't moved around all over the place. If they have, I would have chased after them, but keep in mind where your opponent's gonna be and attack the spot they're gonna be at. All right, team, that's our self-defense. Back to your natural stance. For our senior black belts, that's first degree black belts and higher, we're gonna look at our POC style combo. So if you remember from last week, we started out in our guard position, our palm is toward us, our wrist is back to back. And what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna push down and then back knuckle into their face. Right? So that's the first part of it, right? From here, back to back, I strike, and I back knuckle in. And again, try not to push, wind up, and then back knuckle. You want almost as if they're going at the same time. So we have that pressure against the wrist. We're gonna maintain that pressure as I put down, and my hands are just gonna catapult off that for the strike. Now, most likely what they're gonna do is that punch is gonna come up, they're gonna pull their hand up to try and block it. That's the natural untrained reactive response to that. Just get my hand up there to protect my face. So as we're doing this, and if they block, what I'm gonna do next is take my backhand, I'm gonna circle up between our hands, I'm gonna catch their hand, I'm gonna push it down, and follow up with another back fist. All right. So all we really did here is we're here in our starting position, we push down back knuckle, they catch it, now we're back to our same position again. I just need to switch because I'm on my other hand, I'm gonna push down, try and trap their arms, and I'm gonna back knuckle again. The attacker is going to have this position where they're going to get hit, they're going to push their arm up, you trap one arm against the arm, body, and then you're going to trap this arm on top of it. So as you're pushing down, you want to try and trap it on top of it, that way that both arms are locked up. Now we're going to add one more thing to this. What we're going to do is we're going to, from here, back of the wrist to the back of the wrist, we are going to push down, we're going to do our back knuckle to the head. As they go and block, I'm coming up between, I'm going to catch their hand, and I'm gonna follow up with pushing it down and back knuckle again. And then I'm gonna follow up with one more punch. I'm gonna take this hand that's on top. the back knuckle, I'm going to slam it into their chest. I'm going to try and trap both their arms down. Remember, their arms are already low. I'm going to try and lock in their arms in here, and at the same time, rotating in and do a vertical fist punch into their chest or into their face, whichever target is convenient for you at that time. So it's basically 3 steps that we're doing. One is the initial strike, one is the counter for their block, and one is the finishing technique. So we're here in our bladed position, our hands are back of our wrist to the back of the wrist. From here, I'm gonna push and back knuckle. Then I'm going to bring my arm up, I'm gonna trap down as I back knuckle again. Notice my hips rotated as I did that. And then I'm gonna trap a 3rd time, and I'm gonna punch. So in each case, the hand that's not striking is trying to trap the other person's arm. So the first one, I'm pushing the arm down against his body, trying to trap it here. Second one, I'm taking the other arm, trying to trap it on top. And the 3rd one, I'm going to put both arms trapped down as I punch into the chest. All right, let's do that one more time. So we're here, back of the wrist to the back of the wrist. I'm going to strike, elbow, back knuckle to the face. Bring my arm up between it. You notice, if you look at me, my arms are touching right now. I'm bringing it right up, and I'm sliding along my hand to grab their arm, and I'm going to push down. And as you're pushing down, try and keep your thumb together. Try not to grab. Try to push, keep your hands together. Pushing with your thumb and your fingers connected. And we do our back knuckle as we rotate into it. So I'm not just going to swing my arm. I'm going to rotate into it, get a little more power to get some body rotation into it. And then from here, I'm going to drop down right into the center of their chest. And then I'm going to punch again right over top. So this arm is trapping their arms as I punch over top. All right, team. That's it. That's our Pak-So combo. Team, let's gather in. This lesson is straight from Master Kovar. He's one of my mentors. Master Kovar has a friend who is ambitious, intelligent, and a hard worker. Nevertheless, when his friend starts working on one goal, he starts doing something else a few months later. When he would ask, "What happened to your first goal?" his answer would simply be, "It didn't work out." This really frustrated Master Kovar because he knew his friend had the potential to accomplish anything. One day they went running together and they were almost at the finish line. Master Kovar's friend wanted to stop, but Master Kovar convinced him to keep on going. He simply nods and he continues running. They're only 10 feet away from the finish line when his friend slows down and starts walking. Master Kovar ran across the finish line while his friend walked the final 10 feet. Though Master Kovar was glad he finished, he didn't understand why he walked the final 10 feet when he could have ran. Whenever his friend gets close to accomplishing a goal, he pulls up and slows down, even when his goal is so clearly within arm's reach. Do you ever set a goal for yourself and find yourself cutting corners or slowing down right before it finishes? Do you say you're going to study for 30 minutes a night but find yourself leaving the table before 20 or 25? Or maybe you're going to spend 30 minutes of quality time with your family or spouse and find yourself cutting it to maybe 5 or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Did someone you know promise to earn their black belt and end up quitting when they got so close to testing time? Your homework this week is to commit to one goal that you're going to cross the line with. You can use one of our examples from a few seconds before, or create your own. Set the goal, share it with somebody so they can hold you accountable for it, work really hard, and cross the line first before you move on to your next goal. That's it, team. That's all we got to do. All right, everyone, let's go back to our spot. Team, let's get ready for our workout. So first of all, we're going to review our self-defense, the roundhouse kick. So starting in our guarding stance, right? So we'll start back with, well, I'll do it with our right leg. Step back in your guarding stance, right hand leg forward. Awesome, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to imagine the kick's coming from our left side. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to shift off. We're going to block, boom, right? And we're going to cross, hook, hook. Let's do that one more time, team, right? Again, we're kind of reminding you this, get in our blade stance, and we're going to step back. We're going to block down. We're going to cross, hook, hook. Let's do it one more time, team, right? This is our self-defense for a roundhouse kick. We're in our bladed position. We're going to step back. We're going to block. We're going to punch, 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 and then stop, stay back. Awesome. Let's practice that roundhouse kick. So that's the attack that's going on in this. So quick, snap to attention, tap on your right leg, go back to your guarding stance. All right. So we're going to do a left leg roundhouse kick, front leg. And we're just going to kick. And we're going to come right back. All right. And 1, soup, 2, soup, 3, soup, 4, soup, and 5, soup, Awesome, guys. Now let's do 5 push-ups. So we're gonna get down to the ground. Let's do 5 push-ups at your own pace. Ready, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're gonna get right back up. All right, team. Now let's tap on that left leg, step back to our left guarding stance. So we're gonna be in a left leg position, hands are up, right? So our self-defense technique, roundhouse kick coming from to our right side. We're gonna shift out with the left, move out of the line of attack, come back in, cross, hook, hook, stop, stay back. All right, team, let's try that again. Back to our left bladed stance. Shift back with your left leg as you block down. Left punch, left punch, stop, stay back. All right, team, ready? And again, self-defensive for our right roundhouse kick. Ready, we're back to our guard, bladed stance, hands are up. Ready, and go. We're gonna step back, we're gonna block, we're gonna punch, hook, hook, and then stop, stay back. All right, team, 5 more push-ups. Let's do those. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness, I forgot. We're gonna do some roundhouse kicks. So team, tap on your right leg, step out your guard stance, go. So we're gonna do front leg roundhouse kicks off the right leg this time, right? And go. It's gonna be 1. Ready, go. Asa. Go. Asa. Go. Asa. Go. Asa. And go. Asa. Awesome, team. Now, teams, remember last week we did a side shoulder grab. The idea here was someone grabbing us from the side. We're gonna say we're pinned, but think of this as more of a, you might be pinning the hand, putting your hand on top of them, or might be protecting yourself, put it in a parry position. From here, we're gonna step behind them. So step away, now like a lean away stance. I'm gonna hammer fist to the groin. As I do, I'm gonna shift my way into horse stance and hammer fist to the groin. Right. From here, I'm gonna pop my arm up, just clear that arm out of the way, just in case it's still there. I'm gonna pop my arm out. I'm gonna cross, hook, hook. Okay, let's try it again. See if someone grabs my shoulder over here. I'm gonna pin, step back, hammer fist as I shift into horse stance. Pop my arm out and punch. Anyone's practiced short too, probably recognize this position right here. Right? And then we're gonna hook, hook, and then stop, stay back. All right, ready? Again, side shoulder grab. We're gonna pin, step back, hammer fist. Punch, hook, hook, stop, stay back. All right, team, back to our natural stance. Snap to attention, tap on your right leg, go back to your guarding stance. Again, we're gonna work on our kick. This time we're gonna do a front leg side kick that we did at the beginning of class. We're gonna pivot, up, out, back, and down. Ready? And go. Asa. Go. Asa. Go. Asa. Go. Asa. And go. Asa. All right, team, 5 more push-ups. Let's do those. Ready? And go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're back up on our feet. All right, team. So, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna imagine they're grabbing from the other side. So last time they grabbed our right side, this time they're gonna grab our left side. Our right hand's gonna pin. Left leg's gonna step back as we hammer fist to the groin. We're gonna pop up, punch to the face, hook punch to the face, hook punch to the face, stop, stay back. Team, when it comes to self-defense techniques, I'm a huge fan of striking to the places we're not allowed to hit in tournament. That's the head, and that is to the joints in the legs and the joints in the arm. So there's a reason we're allowed to punch people in the stomach in tournament, because you can hit someone pretty hard here and they're gonna pretty much be okay with it. They might be sore tomorrow, but tomorrow isn't gonna help me right now. So as I'm here, they grab hold, I'm gonna pin, I'm gonna step out straight to the groin, right? Back, arm comes up, shift, strike into the groin. Pop up with a punch to the face. Right? From here, hook around, catch him in the side of the cheek. Hook around, catch him in the side of the cheek. Stop, stay back. And by the way, you could just as easily do this heel palm, slap to the ear, right? So just as effective as taking somebody down. All right, let's do it one more time, team. Self-defense, side shoulder grab, right? We're gonna pin, step back, hammer fist, pop up, punch, hook, hook, and then stop, stay back. All right, team. Let's go back with our right leg, or left leg back to our guarding stance. Go, side kicks, right? Front leg side kicks, right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, soup, and 5, soup. Awesome. All right, team. So last one's 5 push-ups. Ready? Going down and go. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're back up. Everyone show me your natural stance. Team, thank you very much for joining us for this week's Teen Adult Senior Black Belt Track class. Remember, if you're doing this for on-demand credit, please submit a video of your self-defense technique to your online coach so they can review it and give you some feedback. Everyone show me your natural stance. Snap to attention. Face front bow. Team, have a great night. See you next week. Baby, see ya.